Hello and welcome back to Fairweather Trains. This weekend has seen us attend another local toy and train fair. There wasn't any big ticket items there that interested me, so what I've ended up doing is buying some cheapo engines, locos, and just to see how they run, how poor they are, or how much good value they were. So none of these except one was tested at the show. This will be the first run. So I'll bring this one in. Obviously I know this one runs, otherwise I wouldn't be trying to bring it in and it would start in the picture, but there you go. Let's roll this in. There we go. So this is, as you can see, this is a little Hornby pug, I guess you'd call this. Little Hornby pug in the Highland Railway livery, if there ever really was such a thing. I'm a bit of a sucker for these little locos. I do like them. As much as I like my cab forwards and big boys, I do like these little ones as well. So why did I get this? Well, this cost, well, I'm not sure what it cost because I bought two from the same person, and he had added together, it would have come to 40 quid. I offered him 30, he took 30, so you could say it's 15 quid each. But when you see what the other one is, more of that 30 quid should be apportioned to that one rather than this one. So anyway, let's say it's a tenner, for example. It's in very good nick. I like the colouring. I don't have one of these at all actually. And it just caught my eye. It's unboxed, completely unboxed. Just a standard 040. I have looked it up in the Hornby Collector's Guide, and this is from, well, it was made from 94 to 2000. So it had quite a long run. So let's have a look at it now. It feels very cold. So it has a metal running plate. This is all metal. This is actually quite heavy. No, I don't think the tank's metal. Just going to adjust the light a little bit. There we go. Now the running plate is definitely nicely metal. This piece on the back of the cab wants a bit of a clean, as you can see. No sprung buffers, some cab detailing as well. Is there any no glazing. Obviously wants a bit of dust, a bit of a clean. Didn't come with a box. You can see on the bottom there the made in Great Britain Hornby. Mainly it's the colouring. I mean, I will give this a good clean out. Bit of a brush over. I think those valves are metal. They feel cold, mind you, it is bloody cold today anyway. But certainly this running plate is, and but the tank is plastic. So look at the front. Yeah, all moulded. I realise it's not a top of the range model, of course. And it looks like a separately fitted part, whatever that is, that sort of hose thing. Benny Glow, is that how you pronounce that? So there you go, a nice little 040 to start off this small series of train fare purchases. It's got a coupling hook missing. I've got my pile of bits down here that's fallen off various locos. I'm sure I've got one now I can fit on. Obviously no NEMs or anything like that. Right, I'll just try and fit that coupling hook if I can, and then we'll just give it something small to pull round. Right, back in a minute. So as you can see, I decided to take the body off, which is just one screw in the middle there, just to have a look. Looks as though it is lubricated okay. There's a bit of brown grease in there. I'm not sure what that motor's called, but it's pretty standard in these type things. You can see, I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, that on the sort of here, there's some black paint missing from the metal running plate. I mean, I can easily touch that up. I'll end there. Probably where it's been smacked about a little bit. But it's definitely all metal. So I'm going to put a little bit of there's a bit of hair in there. I'm going to see if I can get that out and give that just a little bit of grease. Take some of that out. Yeah, so I don't know. How do you get pubes inside your engines? Don't bother answering that in the comments, alright? Right, I think I'll cut this there, because there can't be many things more boring than watching someone pull hairs out of a worm gear. So I'll get back to you when I've got them all out. So while I had the top off, I took the opportunity to obviously get those hairs out of it, and then replace a bit of the grease with some of this marvellous stuff, and also a dab of oil on the motor bearings in there, and just in there you just see it. I don't think it needed much, but it seemed to run okay. I mean, normally when I do these, I'll give them a half decent run first, just to assess how much work they need. Also, given the con rods a slight dab of oil as well, just to help them along. So you can see there the where the paint's come off, but a bit of black humbrel or something will sort that out. Yeah, pretty standard, isn't it really? Turns out I didn't have a coupling hook to hand that fits in there. I thought it was one that hooks over, like one of these. I'll get it on camera. One of these. Turns out it isn't, it's one of those longer ones. So I'll have to rummage about in my toolbox for an hour to try and see if I've got anything that fit in there. I don't see how these actually come off. It'd be nice to replace the entire thing, but I have a feeling it might need to be cut off. Right, I'm going to stick this back together and then we'll just give it a run round. Right, back in a mo. So there's old Benny Glow down on the track, all put back together, and it's had a quick clean up. We're just going to give it some power. Hang on, let's turn off the cab forward so it's making too much noise. Right, let's see how this goes. I'm just slowly turning it up. Yeah. Bit of a jump start. Work backwards. A little bit better backwards, possibly. That's about as slow as I can get it to go. Well, that's not too bad. Usually pocket rockets, aren't they, these? Let's give it 50%. Yeah, that's just 50%. So I don't really expect it to go that slow. So let's find something for it to just tug round for a couple of laps and then see what we think. So I've hooked up old Ben to a bunch of wagons it would never have pulled in real life, even if it existed in real life. Let's see how it gets on. With this extra weight, it should slow it down from being such a pocket rocket. Let's see if I've overdone it. Nope. Away she goes, pulls them fine. Over the crossing nicely as well. So there's old Ben, finished his run. I'm quite happy with that. If you consider I paid a tenner, maybe a fiver for it. He originally had it marked up at 15, I should just point that out. But you haven't seen the loco I got with it yet, so yeah, for a tenner or a fiver, I would say that was worth the money. Much more on that, nah, really. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's not the greatest model you've ever seen, is it? It's the colour that makes it stand out. But also the fact, I suppose, that the whole running board and the chassis is all metal, which certainly my one of my other 040s, the trying stroke Hornby special one they did, is pretty much 99% plastic. So this is better than that. And it runs okay. As you can see, it's got no slow speed, really. Although you can slow it down and then it gets a bit, just a little bit on the lumpy side. But it's not bad. I think the weight of all those Mercedes cars helps hold it back a bit as well. So you got one of these, what do you think? I presume they made some four-wheel coaches for this at some point. I'll have a look out for some of them at a toy fair, but they'll have to be cheap. So all the seller told me on this one was that it worked. It wasn't wrong, and it wasn't hard work to just give it a quick clean out, because that's all it needed. So in that respect, it's nice to have an easy one after that awful pannier tank I had, which I've still not gone back to yet. I can't bring myself to do it. So if you've got one of these or you know anything about them, let us know in the comments. I've got at least 3 more engines that I bought at the toy fair yesterday to do similar videos on. I'll probably knock them out quite quick because I'm desperate to know whether they work or not. and I want to do that sort of on camera rather than have it already tested and cleaned, etc. So look out for the next one. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Get ready for a really lovely slow pull away. Maybe not.